What's new, Cape Cod? Every morning we ask and you answer. This is Stephanie in the Morning, where locals take the mic. Your neighbor, your favorite shop owner, maybe you. Business, community, culture, and whatever's on your mind over coffee. Let's start the day together. Powered by Lemonade-O. Hello. How are you?
Doing all right, really gotten into voice acting, and a very unhinged trick that I have for one of my characters I've created. I start buying like a sheep.
What?
listen to the new album to hear more of what I'm talking about.
You just dropping sheep in there every once in a while?
Well, see, I gotta get the right vocal tone for how the character's voice sounds.
Yeah.
So to get just the right register to get just the right intonation, I have to first start with the ba ba ba, and then I play with the tone of it and try to like get as high as possible, the tone as high as possible.
And then once it's like, ready, it's ready.
Bah! Yeah, exactly.
Fun fact. Back when I was on the radio, I think my 96.3 The Rose days, early radio for me, we and our collective group of other idiot jocks would put this goat noise all throughout the day. Like, people thought it was a sounder, like they were going to win something. Yeah. We would see if we could sneak it into commercials. We would see if we could sneak it into whatever, so that at the end of one of them, there was the most egregious use of goat. And it was at the end of the Cellar Leather commercial.
That's my band name now. Most egregious use of goat.
But I remember it was like, I did the commercial and it was like, Main Street, 555 Main Street, Hyannis. And all you heard afterward was, ah! And this was prior to that YouTube with the screaming goat. So I feel as if we were the ones who set the precedent for that to ever be a thing.
I mean, pretty much is like, the internet does not know how much of a debt of gratitude it owes to the radio DJs.
We were the founding fathers of the screaming goat. I'm letting you know that right now.
Right.
Join me in the studio this morning. I've got the ZYG 808 Zyg Peters. Thank you so much for being here on tour. New album.
Yeah. And speaking of the new album, I never come empty-handed. Never come empty-handed. That's why I love having the dashikis, because we got all the pockets.
I hear you got some sneaky stuff in there. Very nice. I love it. Yeah. Right. Just proudly display, my friend. Perfect.
Yeah. Here we go.
Now, you have been on tour.
Yeah.
How is that? I just read a statistic somewhere that most Americans still haven't taken a summer vacation, but they're not giving up. Are you like that, where you've not taken a summer vacation, or are you incorporating it into this tour of yours?
I mean, kind of, yeah. I mean, at this point, it's like a lot of the dates I got are also kind of excuses to travel out too. It's like, I've been, inundated with a lot of music. We got the studio. I just became chief engineer over at the studio.
How amazing is that?
We've had a bunch of gigs with the Ruvalados over the summer. We've been doing a bunch of stuff with Wamchanica. And then it was like, all right, so I'm going to basically dedicate, August and September and half of October to, doing a lot of my stuff out there and live, and then just be like, all right, I'm gonna travel to these places and also just like put on this stuff with these people out here.
Give a quick minute to the studio, just in case nobody knows what the studio is.
All right, so Polyphonic Studio is located at 3065 Cranberry Highway. Is now booking sessions for October, November, and December of 2026 and all of 2027. Polyphonic Studios, you're gonna love the way you sound.
Look at you go. It's always a fabulous commercial. But seriously, if you've ever thought about making music, making an album, maybe you want to do a book on tape. I don't know how it is.
We just taped a book, actually.
we also do this too, but I mean, this is your chance, right?
Exactly. Polyphonic Studios, you're gonna love the way you sound. 3065 Cranberry Highway.
Christina, so nice to see you last night. I met with the YMCA. We had a good grouping session to learn how to just do our jobs better. I'm on the Y Achievers steering
Hey.
committee, and Christina does an amazing job with the kids. But it's like she takes them on college tours. She takes them, how to dress for an interview, how to get your life together. You know what I mean? Just to do these little touches on society. So we had a really, really good.
Shout out to the Y overall. You know what I mean?
So many great things.
Yeah, the Y achievers. I mean, I like lost a bunch of weight going to the Y. You know, they got a nice gym over there. They got the nice pool over there. I learned to swim at the Y.
Right? Everyone learns. That's the number one thing that I learned yesterday. That's the number one thing that the YMCA does is teach people how to swim.
You couldn't keep me out of the water as a kid, and part of it is because you had the specifically shout out New Bedford and Wareham, because those were the YMCAs that we frequented the most when I was a kid.
Well, we are building one here on the Upper Cape, and we're excited for it to go into Falmouth. So I know, right? It's coming closer. I don't have to travel so far. That would be amazing, because right now we're in Mashpee. You're in the middle of Barnstable, which is a bit far, and then Wareham, which is right. Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
6 in one, half in the other. I would like one a little bit closer to me.
I mean, I like driving through the woods, so that's what I go to Barnstable for.
So yeah, you have this amazing tour. You're crafting your summer antics around getting to visit these places.
Right,
you got a show in Somerville. You got a show in Chepachet, Rhode Island. And then on Friday, you're coming to the Cordial Eye.
Yes, I am. Yes, that is one of I'm doing 5 shows on Cape Cod coming up. So Cordial Eye this Friday. It's a 2-parter because we're doing the tour, we're doing the album, and with the album, I hand selected 9 of the most talented visual artists that I know, and had each of them pick a song, 2 songs. Well, one of them actually is doing 3 songs. Shout out to Fame Fox. And they all are doing a piece of art to the song.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they did the art already. It's printed, and they put it up, and it officially opens on Friday.
But it's a whole sensory experience.
It is indeed a whole sensory experience. So you get to actually look at the art while you're listening to the music. Because also at the live show on Friday, I'm gonna do every song from the album and then some.
I love it.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to say the first video that the Gorillas ever did was kind of like this melding of visual arts and music that we finally were like beat over the head with it in a show. I mean, if you haven't been to a show in a while, you get that experience when you're big stage shows like that, but not typically when you have smaller stage shows. So I love that you're making this happen. And Cordial Eye is a perfect spot for it. You do a lot of great things over at the Cordial Eye. That seems to be a good little spot for many Cape Codders who are in the performance art space.
Yep.
You've been bopping over there. You did drum lessons over there, right?
Yeah, I did the drum lessons over there, and the same course that I did over there back in July, I was doing it with the Global Learning Charter Prep School. Shout out to them out in New Bedford on 9 Ashley Street.
If you've never seen Zyg on our show, or you've never seen him in person, I've been watching this boy participate in every kind of music since he was a child. Even performing at Mashpee High, watching you going, how is this kid just in high school? He's just so incredible. And you've made some lasting friendships from that. I just listened to the new single that's out with you and Nikki Childs. So Nikki has left the Barn Boys and is kind of doing her own thing right now, creating some fun music. But you guys created this in high school.
We just fresh out of high school, because this Mr. Z project right here is, you remember Build Destroy?
Yep.
Build Destroy and Mr. Z were being worked on concurrently, to the point where, and I just did another interview about this the other week, where I'm talking about how there is an alternate universe where Mr. Z's got a completely different title. Build Destroy has a completely different title in this alternate universe. And then in this alternate universe, Beat Lounge Notes does not exist.
Okay.
Right. So how this works is pieces of the album that became Beat Lounge Notes took, some of the songs from what was meant to be on what is now Mr. Z.
Yeah.
And, same with what is now Build Destroy.
Well, yeah,
So
because
it's
you were
like,
kind of working it.
exactly. So it's like, you know, I always talk about like Build Destroy, especially, and also this one, they both went through a process of creation and destruction.
Yeah.
So during this time period, I'm working on a whole bunch of stuff. I got a whole bunch of stuff in the vault, and I had this
And
one
I'm saying
song.
yep, like I understand. I have no idea what it's like to make an album or put any of this together. I'm like, yep. Yeah. Tell me again. Sure. Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's what we talked about, you know, like last time with like cakes and muffins and ovens and stuff, you know. And so as I'm, you know, putting together the like, you know, 15-layer cake that is this album right here, you know, it all that bass is one of those songs. That's the song with Nicki that, you know, had always been meant for this album, had always been you know, planned to be for this album. And yeah, during graduation week, senior year, I perform at prom.
I was not at the prom one, but I was at graduation.
Yes, the senior day, I perform at senior day, and then one of my classmates had a graduation party. They offered to pay me, but never did.
Yeah.
It's like dang, 5 years
He's
later.
over
I'm still
it. He's
stiff.
fine.
Yeah,
He's
it's
fine.
like, yeah, it's whatever, man. You know, I got some good food and got to see a bunch of my people. And then also after I finished performing, so Nicki was also at this party. So we connect, chat for a second. She's talking about she, you know, really wanted to, you know, be performing, be making the music, and she wanted to do something. She wanted to, like, you know, do a track maybe or something. And I'm like, shit, I might have a track where I'll need somebody on the hook, actually, so I'll hit you up. So I end up getting in contact with her to actually put together a session. So around August of that year, that's when she pulls up to the studio, and this was before we'd relocated.
Yeah.
So we were still there on Main Street. So she comes, she does the thing, you know, we get
records her hook.
Records her hook, yes. And you know, we you know, record the harmonies and everything, and
here it is. All that bass.
All that
and it
bass.
comes right up too if you go to YouTube and type in All That Bass and just put ZYG next to it. Yep. Look at Good Morning, Miss Trish. She said, Good morning, cousin Zyg Peters and
Steph.
Trish is the best.
Yeah.
How's your ankle? I saw you tweaked your ankle. I hope you're all right. Nothing worse than getting slightly injured and then having to want to go dance or do something fun. And then you're like, ugh. It's annoying. Lenore, I missed your birthday. I hope it was great. Dave Braga, thanks for being here. Love listening before work. And yeah, I will send you that link, Dave, anytime you want to come on and talk about it. I do have Amanda Braga Tipton coming on to talk about Josh's boots next week or the week after that. She'll be on soon. Alicia Peters says good morning to you. Hello, Cindy. We've got Zyg Peters. He's got his brand new album here, Mr. Z.
Mr. Z.
So Mr. Z was being created with Build Destroy, and then you started pulling all these pieces together. Yeah. What is unique about Mr. Z? Is it all of the people that you've got working on it with you?
There's a few things unique about it. So when I finished the project the first time, I show it to first, you know, obviously I'm listening to it with my mentor Chuck. Shout out Chuck. And a few months after I actually finished the album, I sit down and I listened to the first 4 songs with my dad.
Yeah.
And like, you know,
also an incredible musician who we've had on the show before.
And he actually he appears on this album in a voice acting capacity. I mean, he's rapping, but he's rapping in character I created, and we'll talk about that in a second. So I was told by a few people that the production value of this album increased a whole lot from Build Destroy to here. And it's like, and Fox was heavy on talking about, I mean, definitely not to knock what you're doing with what you did with Build Destroy, because that was a solid project. Yeah. It's just, this shows definitely that you've grown, your growth as a composer, as a producer, as a human. And this one, everything that I've, made has like, a storyline, and there's like a reason why, things are in the order that they are. Cause it's like with Beat Lounge Notes, that's basically the first 5 songs are kind of the spectrum of what the stuff that I make sounds like, with 2 extremes. Like with track 1 is one extreme in one direction, and track 5 is the one extreme in the other direction. Build Destroy is that whole thing is tied together by the supreme mathematics. So that's why the songs are ordered in the way that they are.
Okay.
Due to the subject matter. And with this one, it's what you're basically doing. You're watching a movie. You're watching the
movie that you're listening to.
Exactly. You're watching this musical comedy about, this kid who's on tour, and he's like, goes on this talk show, and he's like, having to explain his name and everything. He, runs into this, crazy guy who, turned his life around listening to his music and all this.
So there's a whole sub story going on with the album in itself, and that's what you're thinking of.
Exactly. So, you got skits on this project. I wrote the majority of this. There's only, because I have features, shout out Spider KG, Waleem the Funky Professor, Nikki Childs, So Soon, and Bishop the Shadow Man. So those are all the features on this album. Of those 5 people, only one of them actually wrote their own part.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were just like, in here, say that when, do this then. And they're like, yeah.
Pretty much, because it's like,
are you a micromanager?
Not even.
Look at the face.
It's like,
I feel like you gave yourself away right there.
Man, it's like not even micro, but it's like I've the way that, with this is like, the way that is supposed to sound. So it's like with track 3, for example, was working on that. That's actually, I think, my favorite story from the entirety of the production for this album, because track 3,
buckle in.
Track 3. So I write all the parts, and the thing was like sitting in my notes for a while before I actually got to start recording it, because it's 15 songs on this album.
Yeah.
So it's like was kind of chipping away at it. But as I finally recorded, and I'm making sure that I have like each thing on a different track. So I'm just like, all right, so when I try to get this one on, I just mute that part, give them the lines, and then boom.
Yep.
Right. So first one that I got was Pops, because Pops was the easiest.
Yeah, right. So, do this, and he's like, all right. He's trained musician,
and he was like right, and his voice part was the one that's right there at the beginning. His his character. Officially, I refer to his character as the Dean. Listen to the song, and then it all makes sense.
It tracks.
And then the other character, played by Spider KG. Here's how we got Spider KG's part. So here, we are, working musicians, but also, grown people, and Spider KG is also a father.
Yep.
Right. He is a father.
So finite amount of time to get stuff done.
Finite amount of time to get stuff done. And at the time, I think his boys were like 2 and 4, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So busy children.
I'm gonna have to like go backwards in my head with the math. They were both very young.
Yeah.
And they're still very young, because like I think the oldest one is like just now 5.
Yeah.
Right. But in any case, so having trouble getting Spider KG to the studio, because it's like work obligations, trouble finding childcare, all of these factors. So I'm just like, all right, you home right now, right? I'm texting him, I'm like, you home right now, right? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, all right. You got electricity at your house, right? He's like, yeah, what you saying? So then I pull up, I'm like, what's up, bro? I got my computer and my microphone right here.
That's it. I'm going to collect the audio. Do what I say.
And he's just like, I mean, okay, bet. So
sometimes you got to do that.
So I mean,
you wanted him that bad, you went and got him.
Because it's just like his voice fits the part, and I'd been talking to him about this thing forever, and he's just like, oh, yo, this is gonna be on Mr. Z. what?
Listen,
'Cause,
like
you know,
everybody else,
yeah.
if you want something done a certain way, you're
You
gonna just
gotta,
have to go out and get it done yourself. And you found a
yes,
creative way to collect that audio. So I
exactly.
love
And
it.
it's like, you know, it's not the first time I've recorded something in an unorthodox environment.
Hmm.
You know, recorded my song Gymnastics. I first recorded that one in my house. We were still building the studio when I actually recorded that
But that's
song.
the
So it's like,
definition of sound. It gives the depth wherever
exactly.
it is. I think
Ex-
Vanna was doing one that was like totally in
Of
her
course,
bedroom
yeah. I
underneath
mean,
the
if you
sheet.
know
I don't know what she was doing.
if you know what you're doing, you can make a good record anyway. Because like part of
Exactly.
it is like, you know, I started my engineer training learning how to I think the technical term is de-shitify
Is
recordings.
that the technical term?
That's the technical term.
I love it. What's up, Jen? Jenny Zaffair. Thanks for bopping in over here. If you need a good sandwich and something to eat and a sandwich and sandwich, go see Jenny Zaffair. I did a little
Hey,
commercial for you.
Alicia says correct word is director.
Oh, not deshitify.
Or no, that was I think, and when we were talking about the micromanage part. But in
That's
terms
it.
of
Directing.
the de-shitification was like a big part of my education and learning how audio engineering works and everything came into play when was working on Build Destroy project, because you know track 2, you know, guy recorded it on like, you know, just his phone, and
Yeah.
he didn't like, you know, throw a blanket over his head or anything to dead the sound. So you know, I ended up having to play with a few different
Putting on processes and
yeah,
listening is like it's stressful, annoying. It's a lot of
yeah.
work.
And we're also taught to be very careful with how we use the equipment in front of clients that we're mixing in front of the client.
Mm,
So yeah. But yeah,
you
so
got it done.
yeah, so with this project here, Miss Dizzy, that track 3, we yes pulled up on my man, we got it, and then also got to spend some quality time with my nephews.
There you go.
Some of the tracks, track 2, parts of it were recorded in in a hotel room in Montreal, Canada.
Hey,
Yep, and
you were inspired.
yeah, because you know, because working on this one at the same time as oh yeah, there's the little peel thing, because we got
I'm
the
like, oh,
bonus.
peel carefully.
Yeah, there's bonus material. You scan the QR code. You got buy the CD, and then there's a little thing on the back. You peel that off. You scan the QR code. You get some more music
It's
that's
an
not officially on the
experience.
album.
See, I love
Yeah,
that. And you know
exactly.
what? Something about having just a CD in your hand and supporting the artist just a little
Yeah,
bit. I mean, this is how you can support Zyg is grabbing the CD,
grab the
grabbing
CD.
some merch. You've
We
got
have
some new t-shirts,
t-shirts.
right?
We have
I
t-shirts.
saw
Finally,
that.
everybody who's been asking for ZYG t-shirts, we got the ZYG t-shirts. Eventually, we'll be able to get the ZYG beanies, because I asked about that a while back, and a bunch of people were like, "Yeah!"
I
You
know, but
know,
sometimes it's expensive. Like you got
the beanies, yes, the
right?
beanies are, you know. So it's like, yeah, so
You'll
we got
eventually get it back, but you got to front the money. It's a lot of
exactly,
work. Being an
exactly.
artist is a lot of work. How are you holding up mentally? How's your mental health right now? Where are you at?
Uh,
Checking in.
see, obviously I'm in excellent mental health. But see, you know, it's like, I mean, you know, it's like, y'all know where we live in America.
Yeah.
It is 2026.
Yep.
You know, we
There's some stuff happening. I mean, what do you
it's like
mean?
you and I,
That's weird.
you and I can both read. So that's why we you know, so that's a blessing, because apparently a growing percentage of Americans cannot read.
We
Oh,
have our question of the day today. It
yeah.
is, what is a job you can be wrong at and never get fired?
Well, see,
And
I'm
he's like,
gonna
I feel like you're setting me up.
see. I can't. I know I can't go with the obvious answer, so I would go with the less obvious answer. It's a A/B. Principal / superintendent.
Administration. I don't
Yes,
know.
there you
Maybe.
go. There you
Or
go. There you
overall,
go.
I feel like just the job.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, any any job where you are not checked, where there's nobody to check you.
Yeah.
Realistically.
That's fair.
That's why, I mean, in principle, that's why regulatory committees exist. And then the problem with that is what happens when you get
another album
somebody with, there's already like 4 in the works. We could talk about everything I got in the works. I mean, depending on how much time you got.
This is why I absolutely love having you on this show, because it's just your brain is constantly moving. How do you balance that though? How do you quiet that moment?
I'm still learning how to quiet
it takes
all
a
that,
long time.
I mean?
I saw you pop up over at O Places.
Yes.
Shout out to my friend Miss Lauren. She's so wonderful, isn't she?
Shout out Lauren. Yes.
And that studio has just got a vibe.
Yeah. It definitely does. And because I remember when she was one of the stops I made when I was doing a bunch of actual driving and stuff. Because like I actually pulled up on her, and I was like, "What's happening? What's happening? Putting this tour together. Can I pull up here?" And she's like, I mean, sure. What?
Right.
And then when I was talking about August, and she was just like, well, see, I haven't even planned anything that far out. Let's just put you in now. Because like for context, I came to her like November. It was like November, December. I was doing a whole bunch of driving. That was when I like drove up to Vermont for a week, went like all the way up to Burlington, went to Montpelier, and then was staying like with some homies down in Brett, and almost fell off a cliff. That was a funny story.
Sir,
see, I know. Look, I know.
Please
I
do
know
not
what
injure
just
yourself.
happened. I know what just happened. See, that's the mom in her that just came out.
I can't help it.
Drive safely, all right? And I was driving safely. The road was just covered in ice, and it was a mountain road. And also, Vermont has like the highest percentage of unpaved roads.
Terrifying.
You know what I mean? And it's like, my friend who I was with,
and Alicia said, no, it's not a funny story either. But she said the vault is loaded at amazing third space. Good morning, Dave Hagner. Hello to Kathy. Thanks for joining us this morning at Zyg. Mr. Z, his new album is out. He did almost fall off a cliff, but it's not a funny story. He's here. He's fine.
It's fun. It's funny because of the fact that I live to tell about it.
Yeah.
It's like I'll like have the experience, and it's just like it's all about perspective. You could think of the overwhelming risk of the situation. Obviously, it's like the circumstances were outside of our control. So it's like we almost fall over.
There's a whole cartoon happening over here.
Other than thinking of like the ridiculous. I'm like, this life thing is beautiful because of the ephemeral nature of it all. One thing that's just out of my control, and it could be 1,000 times worse right now. I could be over the cliff, but I'm not. You know what I mean? It's like basically the snowbank's keeping the car afloat. And
what I hear is you need a chauffeur. What I hear is we need somebody to be driving around to keep him safe for many years.
Man, cause see, it's like I said. I just needed better tires. That was the issue. It's like I didn't have the right tires.
Struggling musician. How do we support you?
How to support me? Buy a CD, buy a T-shirt. Support me on Bandcamp. Book a session. Buy a beat.
I love
that. Hire me if you need a DJ.
You know what? I would like for you to create my show intro and outro. Will you do that for me?
All right, bet. We'll iron out like what type of everything you looking for.
I will happily pay you for that.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah, rock and roll. I
need something original. I had heard whatever thing that I bought, and I was like, oh wait a minute, that everybody buys that one. I need something new. So I need something new. I want something original, and you and I will hash that out.
But
see, there you go. We found a use case.
There you go. It's like, so it's like, You know, buy a beat. You need a DJ. I'm reasonable, and you
He's
know, it's
so
like
incredibly talented.
send me all requests before the event so I can download them. Otherwise, if you try to make a request day of, that's $760 per request. And and like I said, Polyphonic Studios, we book in October and November of 2026 and all of 2027.
The best place to get your music though is Bandcamp.
Bandcamp,
Okay.
because that is supporting me directly. Some of the songs from the album will be on Apple, but the whole thing, we're only dropping whole projects on Bandcamp and on CD because, you know, we already talked about, you know, internet's dead, all that, you know, it's like,
Well, it's just you need to get paid for things.
We got to get paid for
Mhm,
things. You know?
exactly.
It's like money is evil and coerces all of us to do the things that we don't want to necessarily do and engage with. But here we are, we're forced with it, we're faced with it, and we're shoved in front of it.
But at least
constantly.
if we direct people to where your stuff is all together and they can follow
Exactly.
you. That way, if you
Rock
get
and roll.
new stuff, it
Rock
will
and
go
roll.
right on Bandcamp and they're already
Yeah.
following you and they get updates.
Yes.
If you don't know what it is, you just type in Bandcamp.
Shout out
Google
to
it.
the label Polygroove Records, because we put all the stuff on the Polygroove Bandcamp page to make it easy, because we also all like collaborate a whole bunch. So it's like you go to polygrooverecords.bandcamp.com, you'll find my Mr. Z album, you'll find Waleem's Thunderchild album, and when he releases his South Coast Soul album, that is where you'll find his South Coast Soul album. He's working on it right now. He's aiming to have it out September, October, fall time.
Yeah.
And you follow all of us. I'm the ZYG808 on Instagram. You follow Wamptronica on Instagram. Follow Waleem, the Groovalados, Polygroove Records,
All these projects. I love it.
A whole bunch of projects. And shout out to my DJ protege, Mr. GM Slim One, Groove Master Slim One. Yeah.
Had to do it.
Yeah, shout out Groove Master Slim One, the official DJ for the Mr. Z tour, and the newest DJ in the Wamptronica collective.
That's exciting. And see you on Friday at the Cordial Eye.
Yes, Friday. 5 p.m. is when the reception is for the art. 6 p.m. is when the music will start. Shout out to my artists who I collaborated with. Shout out Noor, aka Copper Showcase. Shout out Kai B of Kai B Studios. Shout out Alexis, aka AC Creatives. CR Florence, A Pachella Art, Kestrel BK, my homie Victor DeWolf. His second time collaborated with Victor because he drew the Build Destroy cover.
Amazing.
So double shout out Victor. And Liam Nickerson as well. I think I got all 9 of the artists.
Incredible.
I just said 9 names, right? Yep. And then, shout out also doubly to Liam Nickerson, because he is one half of the group Tools of Destruction, who will be performing on Friday night with me. Shout out Destiny Andrews, aka Heron Gray. She'll also be performing with me. Shout out Waleem, the Funky Professor. And he's going to be performing with me. And due to some snafus, he'll also be hosting this specific one.
Got it all.
Shout out again to GM Slim One, because he's providing the music for that night. And shout out Belonging Books. Erica Sohadas, the homies.
Love her.
Erica's the homie. Shout out Belonging Books.
She is absolutely incredible. Good morning, Mark Goldberg, Jamie Carroll. Thanks for bopping in. And Fan Fox also did the art.
The Fan Fox did art. I shouted out the Fan Fox.
Yeah. The ZYG808.com if you want to find out more information.
The
also works, right?
ZYG808.com does indeed work. There's even a form where you could email me. You can email me right from the website.
Perfect. Zig, I always love having you on. Yeah. And I know that you've got 42 works behind you, so you'll be back again, right?
Yes.
And then next time I can sing you out with your own beats, not this one. Thank you all so much for joining us today. We appreciate you. I'll see you at Barnstable Kids Day today. I'll be on the field from 10 until 2. We'll see ya. I mean it. You need to make me some beats.